So right now we're going to show you guys basically how not to kill your plants or how to maintain your plants. I know what a lot of you guys thinking, oh, I don't have green thumbs, but you do. Because you got to realize this plant has everything in common with you. We're plants. And I'm going to show you how to maintain this plant. And that's probably going to show you how to maintain yourself a lot better too. The reason why we prune and we deadhead is to reinvigorate the plant because it re-energizes the plant. It gives it more life. Like this plant right here, what I would do is all of these branches, first of all, they're taking up space and they're taking up energy. And a lot of times a branch might be broken, so the plant wants to fix it. The same thing with us. When we have a wound, how energy goes to that wound and it's warmer there and it's trying to repair it. The same thing happens to plants. So what you would do with this first, I would clean up all of this, the dried things. And this is a resource. It's not trash. You want to put it in your compost pile. Unless it's diseased, unless it has different kinds of bugs on it. And you want to get deep as you can with it. The other thing is that this just makes it look more pretty. When I prune, to give me some space to see what I need to do, is I remove the dry branches, the leaves off of the plant. And what this does, it gives room for branches like this. So pruning, make your plants and your space beautiful and keep your plants healthy. So I have some basil here. And you can see that it has gone to flower. You don't want this to happen if you want basil. First of all, it becomes really bitter and it's not sweet. But also, if you deadhead your plant, it'll keep growing all season. And this is what happens when it seeds. So you want to cut this off, but also you got this right here is so flavorful and the smell. So you can literally put this in your car, just leave it in your car if you want to smell like basil all damn day. But also this flower, they have so much flavor in them. So what I do, I'll just put this in water. I make watermelon juice with the basil. And what you want to do when you're deadheading is basically take these flowers, cut them right after the last flower. Since basil is an annual plant, its whole goal is to flower and reproduce by spreading its seeds. Once it's done that, it feels like its job is done and it stops growing, which means you stop getting those delicious leaves. But when we deadhead it by cutting off the baby flowers, we're keeping that from happening. So it keeps growing, trying to flower and making more leaves. And that's exactly what we want to happen. So if you want more leaves, you cut the flowers off. That's what you do with basil. Now, what I'm gonna show you is a marigold. Marigold, you want more flowers, you cut off the flowers. Because this is only gonna give you one season. If you want it to last longer, what you do, you want to take off the dry ones. You can see this flower is about to bloom. I wouldn't mess with that. But yet we have all of these dry flowers. Like this one, you can tell, you can see the flower. And it didn't completely bloom, but you can see that it is drying out. So I would, like, same thing with this one. I would go below it and take that. I would cut that one from there. Deadheading is a great way to get more of what you want and need from your plants. So when something is root bound, it's been in a container too long. And a lot of times you can turn the container over and you can see the roots coming through the bottom of the container. That's telling you that, get me out of here. I have another example of a root bound plant that I'd like to show you. This is parsley. And again, you can see how it started growing out of the bottom of the plant. You see this? You see this looks like a basket. You can see it's taking the shape, the roots have taken the shape of the bottom of the pot. So what we would do here is open this. And even this is not gonna hurt the plant. And what you wanna do is don't just break them apart. You wanna fill it and pull, and then pull it and separate it. You can hear the roots tearing, and you wanna shake it a little. You just don't wanna pull it and break it. So you can separate these like this. So you might have a house plant at home and you wonder, why isn't that taking in water? Why isn't it not growing and thriving? And it might be the same problem as this. It might be root bound. And I just happen to have an example under the table where I can show you. So here we have it. You can actually see the roots on the top of this, but you can also see that the roots have cracked the pot. And so what this is gonna do, this is gonna dwarf this plant because these roots don't get to go out and pull in nutrients from a bigger pot. So what do you need? You need a bigger pot. Stop being so cheap. Look at this. I would get a pot that's double the size of the last pot you have just to allow these roots to open up and grow. But you can see these roots they had no place to go. So they were going through the pot. They're all wrapped around the top of the rim of the container. Anytime you have roots that are coming out of the top of the plant, you know you have a problem. Root bound. There you have it. I showed you how to identify it, and I showed you how to fix it. Get at it. So we have two different kinds of broccoli right here. And this one is underwatered. And you can tell, one, by the soil, how dry it is, and two, by the leaves. Because this is telling you, okay, dude, I ain't got that long. And when a plant needs water, it tells you it needs water. Because what happens is the leaves will start to curl in to themselves, and then they'll start drooping. The thing about this, probably if we put water on this plant, within 30 minutes, you will see the leaves change on this plant. You see how this leaf is flat? And this leaf is curling in and it's sagging. You see that this leaf has strength in it. It's stiff. The stalk is stiff. This one, the stalk has gone soft and the leaf is dragging. Soon as you put water on this leaf will open, just like this one did. A good way to tell if your plants need water is to stick your hand in the soil and see maybe a couple of inches down and see if it's dry there. If it's dry, it needs water. If it's not, it doesn't need no water. But also they have water meters, and like your water departments have them for free. You can buy one online, and you can stick it in the ground, and it's gonna tell you about the moisture level in your particular plant. So let's talk about the one that's overwatered. And the thing about a plant being overwatered, the danger is the root ball, it can damage it. The excess water can really damage and soften the root ball, and then it will probably rot. I want to show you just how soaked this soil is. Yeah, see, the soil is acting too much like a sponge. So what will happen when something is overwatered, right where it comes out of the ground, this will begin to turn brown and it will eventually rot because it's just too much water and the plant can't take it. But you can see, I can probably squeeze water out of this soil. It's so wet. You can see the water on my hand. And that's not what you want. But this plant is still healthy. And it's just like this one. Don't throw this away. This plant is also healthy. All you have to do is water it. It needs care just like you do.